I'm JR to many that know and for others that don't know. Just to touch up on a few things. Changing the narrative Mondays and how it came about. So my mind has many ways of just sparking ideas, which with this particular one I became somewhat hesitant. Um, the thought wouldn't leave my mind, so it was a this needs to be done. With changing the narrative Mondays is about people who encounter difficulties in life for whatever reason and or obstacles at some point in their lives. Not to mention, you were then that doesn't manifest who you are and what you can become today. With that being said, no matter the age, change can spark a new life and a different mindset to why we all have purposes and possess a gift, a uniqueness that was given to us to share with the universe. I'm honored to have my first guest, my friend, my sister, a role model, one that has given music from day one, every drop in her body, put DC on the map in a major way, set platforms for up and coming independent artists to be heard. Let me say this, not to believe that the world should give her her flowers. Um, this particular person has shaped DC in a major way. She's also been in the band MOB. She's been rapping and singing with the go-go band Subliminal Thoughts, the mastermind behind forming an all-girls rap group consisting of 24 queens. Also organized a syndicate, Black Kings United. Let's all welcome Kenilworth Katrina, my sister, my friend, DC's own. How you doing, Queen?
I'm good, King.
Okay.
Thank you for having me, man.
For sure, for sure. So let's talk a little bit. You mind sharing your full name with us?
Oh yeah, I don't mind. Katrina Blunt. That's my name. That's why it's Kenilworth Katrina, because Katrina is my first name, my last name Blunt.
That Blunt last name, it has a already kind of a legacy attachment to it. You know, I'm trying to remember her name.
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Tanya Blunt.
Tanya Blunt, yes.
Yeah, Tanya Blunt. Shout out to Tanya Blunt. Her last name is not spelled like mine, but shout out to her. I definitely am a fan of hers, know who she is. Actually spoke to her. Almost got her on the Freedom remix with the Resurrected Queen. Almost. I was this close. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to her.
Okay. Katrina, let's talk. How many siblings do you have?
All together, I have what's that? 3 sisters, and I have 2 brothers.
Okay. And what area of DC would you say you were born and raised in?
Well, crazy thing is, my mother had me when she was 22, and my mother is from uptown. She's from 11th and Euclid, and of course that's where she grew up. 11th and Euclid, 14th and Euclid, went to all the schools up there, Banneker, Cadoza, everything. So my mother's an uptown girl, so when she had me, I lived on 1111 Euclid Avenue. That was the first few years I spent, but where I was raised, when we moved to Northeast. That's what I remember. That's all. I don't even remember nothing about Euclid Street. All I remember is Northeast. Started out on Foot Street, in Northeast. I went to Charles R. Drew Elementary, and then later on, you know, when my sisters were born, shout out to Abel and Londa, you know, we moved on to Paradise and then Kenilworth.
So how did you come up with the name Kenilworth Katrina?
Kenilworth Katrina was an alias for me. I was going by another stage name at the time, and I was going by the name Dreadhead Betty. I had a whole movement. Everybody in my crew had dreads. And,
Okay.
you know, it was Dreadhead this and Dreadhead that, and I was Dreadhead Betty. Yeah, so Kenilworth Katrina was like an AKA. And somebody, my man Enoch, shout out to Enoch, he was the one who encouraged me to, that I should go with Kenilworth Katrina as my main stage name. So
Okay.
shout out to him, yeah.
Alright. Now at what age did you find the love and passion for music?
What I can remember is, I don't know, probably about 9 or 10, as far back as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? I still got cassettes when I'm 10 and 11 and 12 years old rapping on it. I still got it to this day. Yeah. And,
you listen to them? Do you ever?
I don't have no way to, but but one day I will, because when I, you know, if I ever, you know, when I drop an album, I'm going to use some of that stuff. It's like little skits and little, you know what I'm saying, for the album. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like 10 years old is when I started really like writing and doing stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. At what age did you start performing, and was your name at that particular time Kenilworth Katrina?
Definitely was not. Back then I was going by the name, I was, my first show, I was 12, and I was going by the name of Kid Dynamite. Like,
okay.
JJ from off Good Times. He was Kid Dynamite, but I was Kid Dynamite with the mic, M-I-C.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first official rap name. Was Kid Dynamite. Yeah.
Okay. Now mentioning being in a go-go band called M.O.B.
Yeah.
Was that formed around Kenilworth?
Yes, that was formed around Kenilworth.
Okay.
Way before I even got in it, yeah.
Alright. And how did the M.O.B. band and Subliminal Thought band become formed? How did that happen? How did you become involved?
Subliminal Thought is not a go-go band. Subliminal Thought was just a group with me and Jamil.
Okay.
It was just a hip-hop / R&B group.
Okay.
That we formed together because he rapped, I rapped, and I sang. And so we just came together and formed a collective, you know, which was called Subliminal Thought. And he came up with that name. And we did a lot of music together, a lot of dope music. We did a lot of things. We was on Apollo together. We did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of things with Jamil. Jamil was really who I spent a lot of my early years with, as far as like becoming an artist, as you could say. Like all of my experimenting and everything that I did on stages and writing and this and that, I shared those years with him. So a lot of people, you know, kind of thought I already was, you know, I always was good. I'm not saying that I wasn't good, but I began to get polished over time, over the years. But a lot of those years was with him. And with M.O.B., M.O.B. is a go-go band that was formed around Kenilworth, and they were already a band. When I came into, you know, they was already playing, already doing shows, already known on the radio and all of that. And when I came, I was known around Kenilworth for singing. I sung at everybody's funerals. That's how I was known. They knew me for rapping too, but everybody loved my singing. So anybody who died out of Kenilworth, anybody who ever died out there, I was the person who they called to sing. So with that being said, the band knew that I was a singer.
Okay.
And so they wanted me to sing for the band. And so, you know, long story short, I started singing for the band. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you decided to do music as an artist? Like when did you decide
Like by
I
myself,
wanna
I wanna get out
yeah,
there
I
and do
wanna
something.
really I wanna really go full throttle with this music. Like this is who I am. Music is me. Like
Oh yeah.
when did you decide like I'm gonna take this being an artist thing serious?
I've always wanted to be an artist. I always wanted to be a star ever since I was a kid. But of course, I didn't, social media and none of those things was out then. When social media became available, and I think I want to say like around 2009, 2010 for me, as far as wanting to, taking it serious, was around 2009, 2010. Was when I started like taking it serious. That's when, of course, social media was already full throttle, and so I started seeing that these was the avenues that I could use to, promote my music and let people, for people to hear it.
So at that particular time, what would you say, like the internet things you would use? Was that MySpace at that time? Was it
So
Facebook?
I wasn't on MySpace, but I was on. Yep, I had just got Facebook, and
Okay.
I was big on SoundCloud.
Okay.
I did all of my. I put all my music out through SoundCloud, everything. Yeah.
Okay.
And YouTube, a little later.
Later on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you say being an artist from DC is hard to make it, and why, in your opinion?
I don't think it's hard to make it.
Okay.
Being from DC, I think that it all depends on what you want to do. Like, how far do you want to go as an artist? If you, because DC will love you here. You could be a big artist here because we love, and we got people in the city that we look at as, we look at them up there, and they have gone on to do things, but in other places. But it's like here is where they are cherished at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you could get to that status and be fine with that. So it already depends on what you want to do, and if you want to go forth and be great, you could do it. I mean, I don't think it's hard. I think it's just you got to know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Goals.
Yeah, you got to know what you really. It ain't even really goals. It's just you got. What do you want? You got to really decide what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make your mind up and be like, I'm not gonna let nothing stop me from doing this. It doesn't have to be music. It could be whatever it is that your goal is. Just not let nobody deter you from it.
Just do it.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think the city needs to thrive a lot more like the other cities and states, meaning musically, sports, fashion? In your opinion, like what do you think the city needs to be able to compete? Not that we don't have the talent,
right,
but more of the getting seen, the getting heard, the getting the deals.
I mean, DC, we different, man. We not, we not like a lot of people. We not kissing ass. We not doing certain shit to get, to where we want to get. We not doing that type of shit. I'm not doing that type of shit. So it's just like, with us, it take us a little longer to get there, but definitely some things that would help is for us to, we have a wall with us too. DC people, we have a wall up, sometimes when, if you're trying to get somewhere in the music, sometimes you gotta let that wall down as far as like not trusting everybody. When I say let a wall down, I don't mean like open up the niggas and shit like that, but I mean like networking with niggas, working with people, being out more, being in places where, it's not just about you performing, but just showing up and supporting other people and networking there. Things like that, those things could help. You know what I'm saying? Those things could help.
Okay, so name some of your many influences of music that has helped shape the life of Kenilworth Katrina?
Oh my God. We would be here all
Yeah,
day.
you
But
can
I
give us
mean-
some, just some. Like,
I mean, the most main two, definitely.
you got a main too?
Yeah, I definitely got main two. That's,
Okay.
That's D'Angelo and Lauryn Hill, and why them two? Because you gotta remember, I sing and rap. So Lauryn Hill sing and rap, and then it's the side of me that I just like singing, and that's D'Angelo, and it's many others because I like bands. So many people have influenced me,
Right.
like so many from all genres, not just hip hop and R&B, like pop, rock, all of that shit, gospel, everything. So it's like everything from the Clock Sisters to Nirvana to the Foo Fighters to, you know, David Bowie. It could just, the list is crazy. The Carpenters to, you know, Earth, Wind and Fire to Donny Hathaway to, it's just so much. It's so much. Like, I could just go on and on from Talib Kweli to, you know, there's so many people, man. There's so many dope people that and I still, to this day, and I'm still intaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing with me, because the list still, but like, it's not even like the list never ends, because I always hear something new. You know what I'm saying? So then I add that to the list, and that's inspiration.
What drives Kenilworth Katrina to pursue her music career?
That's easy, because I'm not where I want to be, and I'm not going to stop till I get there. And even when I get there, I still got some things that I got to do.
Make a lot of sense right there. I'm with you on that one. At any time in life, have you ever thought of giving up? And if so, what helped you push through?
Never.
Hey,
I don't know
I
what
hear
that. I don't even know what that is. Like, for real. Like, I'm for real. Like, I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna share this with you. One time, I wish that if I didn't make it, for God to take the gift from me. You understand? So it's no giving up. It's just like, if I can't make it, I don't even want. You feel me? It's like a torture a little bit. It's a torture to watch the BET Awards. It's a torture to be at a concert and listen and see your favorite artist. It's a torture, and it's a gift and a curse. It's not like, oh man, I hate this shit, or I'm jealous of them. It's not like that. It's like a aching of wanting to do that
And being there.
and being there, but I'm not there because I'm here. And it's like, if I'm never gonna do that, let me know now. Just let me know now, and just take the gift from me. Let me not even think about it. If I can't do it, I don't even want to think about it, because I can't do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's just like, that is it with me. It's not about me never wanting to give up. It's like, I gotta go until I die. I'm going to try to make it until I die. That's all I can do.
Never giving up. That's
Ain't no on and off switch with that shit. I wish it was sometimes. You know, I wish it was like an on and off switch, but my brain don't work like that. Like, it's always on music and ideas and this and that. It's like a computer. It's like how you have 100 tabs up, and sometimes you gotta X some bitches out.
Right.
My joint don't never X out. It just be 100 tabs.
Well, you know what? That pretty much answered the next question. But the next one was gonna be, was there ever a time music wasn't on your mind? And like you said,
Never.
it's a switch that stay on.
Never. Even if it's not music, it's something dealing with. It's to see how much you know. Talk show.
Right.
I mean, a game show.
Uh-huh.
It's the Resurrected Queen project.
Uh-huh.
And this is before the song. This is just like before everything was put together. It's the thought. You understand? It's just the thought of self-destruction. I wonder if I could. It's just, like my mind is always. It's never not on it. It's always pertaining to it. Even if it's not a song, it's a project. Even if it's not a project, it's this. Even if it's not that, it's going to the youth out paradise, mentoring them. It's always on something. I can't turn it off.
Okay. So because you breathe, hear, and see music, are you ever not happy with you stated and saying the BET Awards? Like, you know you have all of this talent, and you know that I'm good at what I'm like that. I'm good at what I do, and I'm like that. Like, as you stated, it's
like a
gift
torture.
and a curse.
Yeah, it's like a gift and a curse. And again, when I say that, I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I don't mean it like, man, when I watch the shit, when I'm at a concert, let me tell you something. When I'm at a concert, I can never enjoy the concert. You know why? Because my mind is, first of all, it goes through different stages. First of all, once the concert, I'm at a concert, whatever concert it is, somebody that I like. I don't just go to concerts. Somebody I admire. And I'm looking at this person that I admire, and I'm in awe. That's number one. Number two, then it goes to, wow, like, I'm right here by this person who was just like me once upon a time. He was a regular person, or she was a regular person that did music. Now they're here. And then I go through that. Then after that, it goes from that to, man, I have to do this. I have to do this. It really make me want to just go home and just, I don't know, write a song, write a plan, do something. That is the shit I go through when I watch the BET Awards, when I'm at a concert, that's what I mean by it's a torture. It's a gift and a curse. I enjoy it in a little bit. Maybe my song, they hit one of my songs that I like, and now I just snapped out of that. Now I snapped out of all of that and now I'm singing the words, and then somewhere along the lines I'll snap back into those thoughts. Because that's just, I can't explain, that's how my mind is. You understand?
Pretty much, you foresee that's where you're going to be.
That's all I can picture. That's all I can picture. Since a kid, though, I would daydream. I would be the teacher going on in class, going on everything. I'm down there writing raps and shit, daydreaming, looking out the window, seeing myself on the stage.
For real?
Yeah. As a child. Elementary. As a child. Not as a teenager, as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hit different then.
Yeah.
Because that's when you know, like, what else? This is what I know. I know this, but this is like a nature.
I just wanted to do it. I didn't want to.
It ain't. You didn't ask for it.
Yeah, I didn't ask for it.
Right.
I didn't ask for it. Just fell on me. God gave it to me.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Alright. What would you change as far as your stature of being an artist if moving away to pursue your music career could take you there?
What would I change? I don't think I would change anything. I think that everything that I went through and done got me to this point, and I'm happy that I learned a lot and I went through a lot, but I'm here, and I'm thankful for that. I don't think I would change anything.
I think that's a good one too. Just cause we being from DC, like you say, we ain't kissing no ass. Like this, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, New York has the fashion capital, but it's like when we put something on, we wear something. It's like noticeable around the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they know
amongst the elites.
Yep.
And that's gonna go along with sports.
Yeah.
When those ones make it and they get to the NFL or NBA, they show out.
Yeah.
That DC gonna stamp it.
Indeed.
Music.
Indeed.
Boxing.
Indeed.
You know.
You
so,
know us.
Yeah. So it's
you
like
know us. Yeah.
you tend to have to fuck with us no matter what.
Got to.
But I feel like a lot of times people knowing that we're the dominant,
okay,
it's like they don't really want that.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be able to pull it from up under.
That's true too. That too. It's a lot of different variables with that shit, man. Like it really is. Like it's not just one thing of why we not where we should be. But the thing about it is we are we got a lot of dope artists, man, that's making noise. You know what I'm saying? Those Savage and different ones that I fuck with their music. Like I listen to the shit.
That's right.
And so it's like they making noise. Like they definitely watching us. Like don't think they not watching us. I definitely want to say that. But to have more of us out there is what we want. So we gotta do some things to make that happen.
What truly inspires you to do music?
Man, it's no words for that shit, man. Like I'm telling you, like I really mean that. Like I often have thought about that. I often have thought about like things like that. And like I said, it's like if I wasn't doing music, young, I ain't nothing, young. Like I feel like, and that might sound stupid, but that's how I feel. Like if I ain't doing music, I ain't nothing. Like I could learn anything. You know what I'm saying? I could be taught anything. I could be taught. I'm an electrician by trade. I was taught to be an electrician. I didn't come out the womb being an electrician. I was taught to play, how to play basketball. I was taught to do this and that and that. I wasn't taught to do music, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't ask. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Have you?
It's this, yeah.
Have you ever sat with yourself and just did an out of body thing where like you seen from the start to, like you say, the big stage, like just sitting back looking at the accomplishments and the things that you've done? Like, have you ever took that time to give yourself a pat on the back and just be like, you know what?
Because I ain't where I want to be.
I got you.
I can't say well done.
Got you.
I ain't done yet.
Got you.
I can't say that. If I do that,
you cutting
that's
short.
where a lot of people mess up at.
Uh-huh.
They start looking at back and shit, seeing all the where they come from, and be like, yeah, start getting big, start feeling themselves. You ain't done shit. That's what I tell myself. You ain't done shit. You still here. Still here. You still gotta pay bills. You still struggle. What have I done? What have I done? Like really. People deem me a legend and this and that. And I respect people's opinion. But I ain't no legend. Like legends, come on, man. You know what a legend is? You know what a legend is? You gotta look that shit up. Look at the definition of a legend. Look at that shit. And then when you do that, look at the people that they deem legends. And I'm not talking about people here. I'm talking about people in the world. And look at all that they've done. And look how long it took them to do it. And then you come back and look at my record and then compare it to a legend's. I haven't scratched the surface. And I know that for myself, and that's what keeps me here. You feel me? Like, that's what keeps me there. And even when I get to where I want, I'm still gonna be here because it's still things I got to do. You never arrived and shit. You never made it. Like, you just made it to there. Now you gotta make it to another point. Now you gotta make it to another point. Ain't no destination with this shit.
The sky the limit. Ain't no.
There you
We
go.
can't tell you how far it's gonna go.
Yeah, you don't know. Nobody don't know how far you can go. You hear me? Only God know that. We don't even know.
Alright. So tell me, someone with your talent, your caliber of songs, why do you think possibly they haven't shot off the way that you need them to become that Kenilworth Katrina to hit the stage? Like, what do you think you possibly would do different? Or do you think there's nothing to do different but to continue to grind?
So you asked me 2 questions, so you want me to answer. So I definitely wouldn't do anything different. But then you said something about an artist that...
You being an artist, right?
Okay.
And having the songs that you have. Why don't you think they've shot off
Gotcha.
the way that you know they should have?
Okay.
Being as though you had a big producer behind the beat. You know, you being deemed DC legend, Kenilworth Katrina. What do you think?
Why the reason? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that there's a lot of things that I don't have that a lot of other artists have, and that's a team of people. Because you need a team. You need, there's things that I need, not manager wise, but like PR, marketing, money, things like that. And that's the reason that I haven't been seen by who needs to see me, and or who I need to connect with. And also the songs, as far as the songs, I make good songs. I make good music. And I do pick and choose and select what goes out. I don't just make a song and just because I made it and it's new, I put it out. I have hundreds of songs. Some of the songs that y'all hear, they old that I put out because I feel it's the time for it to come out.
Right.
I go off of feeling. And so I say all that to say that I have not made or wrote that hit song yet. Everybody has that one song that takes off. Everybody had that one song to take off. I haven't made money yet. So that's why I continue to write and put out material so that hopefully one of those songs is going to take off.
It will.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that.
Now let's go a little deep into the life of Kenilworth Katrina. Have you ever been in any trouble that affected your life in any way? And if so, would you like to explain?
I mean, of course. I've been through many things that could have affected my life and have affected my life. It took me years to get back on track. It's like every nigga from DC, I was in the streets and doing shit I ain't had no business, and you know what I'm saying, I got locked up a few times, and after a few times, I had to go to the feds, and I had to do a little time over there, and I coming home after that, I was grown, way grown in my 30s and shit, and I had a government job and I lost that, and I had my own place and this and that, and it was like dominoes. I started losing everything, and I'm in my 30s, and I'm just like, all the while still doing music. Nobody knew because I never put my business out there. I was on the box and all types of shit, but nobody knew because I never put my business out there. But I done all of that shit. Could have jeopardized everything. But I never stopped writing. I was writing when I was in the feds. I was writing in jail. I was writing wherever. Like I never. That just gave me more shit to talk about.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it just was like I never stopped. I don't care what was going on in my life through death, through people in my family dying. Yeah, I cried, but I wrote about it. I got songs about whoever died. I got songs about homies who died. I got something like that. That's why I said it's different for me. Like, it's different for me. You know what I'm saying? I've said that many times, and that's why I said that's one of the things that I've thought about for myself. Like, I know that it's a lot of people that love music. They grew up listening to music all their life. They always dreamed of being a star. But for me, it's different. It's different. I have to do that shit. I have to do that shit. It is a no. It's always been like that. It's never going to change. I love music. It's never going to change. It's never going to go away. I'm never going to stop doing it. It's different for me. It's different for me. I cry. I pray as a child. I did that shit. It's different for me. Some people ain't do that. I still got the cassette tapes. I still got fucking hundreds and hundreds of CDs and cassette tapes and singles. It's different for me. I still got my raps from when I was 12 and 13 all the way up until now. It's different for me. Niggas don't have that shit. Niggas don't, it's not that deep for them. They done lost it somewhere along the lines. Somewhere in their life, they done lost that shit. I still got my shit. That shit is different for me. I'm not like no other nigga that you ever will meet in your life. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I know I'm going to make it, because I'm never going to stop. Never. I don't even think about it. Never crossed my mind.
That's right. That's right. What advice would you give the youth on chasing their dreams?
Chasing their dreams, man, run after them dreams. Run. 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 Wherever you go, God will meet you. Follow God. Put God first. Pray to Him. Ask Him, is that what He would have for you to do? You know that that's the calling for your life. I know it's the calling for mine. That's the thing. You gotta know what your calling is. And sometimes, and not sometimes, that takes years to know. I didn't know that my calling was music. I knew I always wanted to do it. I knew I always loved it. But I didn't know it was my calling. It's my calling. You know what I'm saying? And I know that. So for the youth, I would tell them to run after them drinks, man. And don't look back. Because they're the generation that taught us to not settle, whether they know it or not. Because they don't care about no jobs or college or none of that shit. They going to do what they want to do. And they have taught us that, to not settle but to chase our dreams, because our parents have taught us that you just got to go to school, get a college degree. It's robotic, because that's all they knew. And it's like, but none of our parents asked your parent what they wanted to be. And I promise you, they'll tell you it's not what they are now. Every parent had dreams and aspirations, but life, whether it was kids or whatever, made them have to do what they had to do, and they just had to work at wherever they had to work. But if you fortunate to have been a child and wanted to be a teacher or a doctor or whatever you wanted to be, and you became it, that's tight. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's what we should be pushing the kids. You know how many people, how many happy people in the world it would be if everybody just stopped trying to push the kids to do what they wanted them to do. Figured out what they was good at. Figured out what they loved to do, and let them and invested in that. We would have all kinds of shit. Brain surgeons, all kinds of shit. Not motherfuckers mad working at Walmart or McDonald's because they had to settle. That's why they mad. When you go to the store, they mad because that's not what they dreamed of being. And none of our parents dreamed of being whatever they are. I promise you that. I know what my mother dreamed of being. I asked her. Because, like I said, I know that she didn't want to be whatever it was. You know what I'm saying?
if at anything, what would you like to see the youth do other than what they're doing right now?
Man, living. I'd like to see them alive. I'd like to see that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's number one, man. They just gotta live so that they can become something and do something. But if they not here, that they killing each other and dying and the police taking them out and all kinds of shit. I can't even go past that to say what I want them to do. I just want them to be alive, to live, so that they can do something, be something.
I like that. Alright, just one last question. Will there be a Resurrecting Queens too?
Most definitely not. And not because, anything negative, nothing. The Queens was epic and we made history. Nobody can say shit about the Queens. We was that shit. We still the shit. That's why people still talking about it. You know what I'm saying? We forever made history. We forever did something that nobody in DC has done or probably will ever do. You know what I'm saying? And but no, there will not be a part two because that's the reason why. That's the reason. Definitely not, because we made history already. We don't need to repeat history. You know what I'm saying? History is only made one go right. And that's and not saying that you can only make history once and that's it. Meaning per whatever it was that was made history. You feel what I'm saying? Resurrecting Queens was already resurrected. Can't nobody come back and do a Resurrecting Queens. They can come back and do something else.
Right.
And make history with that.
Right.
But you can't duplicate what already been done. You can't do it. You could copy it, you could try it, you could come close, but you can't come close to that shit. Like, it's fucking no way. So, nah, the Queens, man, we did what we had to do, man. Salute to every queen, man. We did what we had to do, man. Job well done. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yes, for sure. You already know.
Alright, y'all, signing out. Remember, yesterday's you doesn't define today's you. Catch you on the next episode.